in a week from now, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to fight.
I don't know.
Ray hates it. I think Ray hates it.
I don't want to see Mike fucking fight, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
totally.
I mean, the guy's such a legend in the sport.
Yeah.
Now we're going to just watch him get KO'd by Jake Paul.
You really
I hate,
think so?
100%.
Come on. It's
100%.
so...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it. It is the Mouthpiece Makes Vegas Pay. We have a very special guest with us today. Let's just get to the meat and potatoes. Let me introduce my A1 cast. I got my guy to the right of me. He's Mr. UFC. He has the best chest hair this side of the 95. He's got Crocs on today, but we're going to dismiss that.
Or I could be barefoot.
Show the people at home.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Hell
Ladies
no.
and gentlemen, give it up for Raymond Sherwood. Raymond, how are we feeling today?
Good. Everything's well. It's a beautiful day, and I'm excited to get to our guest, and we're going to dive into a lot today.
Fantastic. He's excited too. He's always got a smile on his face. He is the one that owns this company. He is our analytics guy. He's Mr. Super Jew. It's the one, the only.
Oh, God.
It's Sweiss.
Or the Penguin.
Or the Penguin.
Penguin.
The Penguin.
We're caught up in the last 2 episodes. Very excited. We'll talk about how many favorites were last week in the NFL and how we're going to make some money this week.
Okay, relax your buns. We're going to get there. But the man of the hour, the one, the only, that came to the show that has all the hype right now. I mean, he's absolutely crushing it on YouTube. We'll be there in probably 3 years with our track record. But we're so happy to have him here. Thanks to our boy David Parra. Give it up for the one, the only Chiseled Adonis. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
All the way from Pittsburgh. How are
Over
we
in New York.
Or New York?
Yeah, over in New York.
Either way, it's cold.
Yeah, right.
Either way, you have to wear that.
Yeah, got to put on a hoodie and some
exactly.
jackets. Yeah, it's getting colder
Right.
now. It's
So how are
getting
we
cold.
feeling? So what have you been up to today? What was the game plan today? You did a podcast today,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Did a little bit of taping earlier on the Assiduous podcast, and then now we're here. We're
Non-stop
taping again. Yeah, nonstop filming. Long day, and then a flight later. But one
I
way or
love
another,
that.
absolutely love it.
So you
Living
head
the
out
dream.
today, too?
Yeah.
So how long have you
Late
been here?
tonight.
Just one day?
Yeah,
You're in
flying in
and
the
out.
morning. Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
in and out.
So you're like a casino. You're in and out, my friend.
100%.
He's just
Sometimes I
putting
win,
slot-
sometimes I lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either way, you're trying.
already. Yeah, right. 100%.
So wait, okay, so you're Pittsburgh native, right?
No,
Pittsburgh, or
New York. Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New
Yeah.
York native. So where did Pittsburgh come from?
Oh, I became a Steelers fan in 2000. So it was week 4. The undefeated New York Jets taking on the 1-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. Came back from church, didn't even take my shoes off, turned on the television, saw fat ass Jerome Bettis run a 12-yard touchdown.
The bus,
yeah.
baby.
Yup.
The
Never
bus.
seen somebody so big run so fast. So I
Yeah.
said, you know what? This is interesting. Started playing on my N64 NFL quarterback 2001.
Right.
Played with the Steelers. Ran everybody over with Jerome Bettis.
Of course.
Said, can't beat them. Join them. Became a Pittsburgh fan. They did nothing in the year 2000. Went to the AFC Championship 2001. Troy Brown absolutely obliterated us. But one way or another, Steelers fan, 24 years.
Who was their quarterback?
At the time, it was Cordell Stewart.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a throwback.
Yeah, it was Cordell
that was
Stewart.
the same time as Michael Vick, too, right? Or no?
Michael Vick showed up the very next year
Gotcha.
in Atlanta and then tore it up over there.
I was going to say in Madden, too. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
yeah.
Those were
Madden
the
04.
two-
Yeah, Madden
The
04.
classic
Oh my
Madden
God.
04.
Madden
Those were the
When
cheat
he could
codes right
run
there.
99
Jerome-
speed.
Jerome Bettis and Michael Vick.
Unstoppable
Oh, for sure.
stamina. Because the problem
And
with
McNabb.
Michael Vick was this guy could just, you run to the left, cool, and run back. Because the whole game was just keep running in the backfield until the linemen are completely misaligned. And then at that point, you want to run to the end zone, feel free to do so.
Yep.
Just terrorize your opponent.
So you've always been a Steelers fan, right? You said, okay, so where'd you get the name Chiseled Adonis? Because I'm going somewhere with that.
Okay, cool. So Chiseled came from, Chiseled Adonis, it goes back to like 4th grade. So then in 4th grade, I
You're always
think
that
my mom
shredded.
bought me like,
You're just always
right,
that
because
shredded.
I've always had the name.
Yeah.
So it was it was Adonis first, and then the Chiseled came after. But in the 4th grade, my mother had bought me like some new lotion or something of that nature. So it was like a
Which is
scented
nice.
lotion.
It's a
Went
nice
to
mom.
school, right. My dad dropped me off at school. I get over there and I forget what my classmate's name was, but she commented on me, complimented me, and said, "Hey, you smell nice and you look good today." I'm like, "Oh wow, I never got a compliment like this in my life. I look
Yeah,
like a
dude.
damn like
Especially
troll."
that early, yeah.
Right, like, my precious.
I
I look
never
like
got that.
I'm 9.
Yeah,
What do I know
I
about
never
looking
got that at
good?
9.
So I
Right.
put my feet up
How
on
old
the
is the other
desk.
person?
Yeah, well,
Right, and then my teacher, Miss
Be a
Esposito,
lawsuit.
I'll never forget her because she started doing some crack. But she had told me like, "Hey, you know why you got your feet up on the desk?" I said, "Well, so and so said I look good, I smell good."
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, you think it's some kind of Adonis? The hell does that mean?" So she said, "Oh, it's the god of beauty." I'm like, "I'll take it.
I'll take it, yeah.
I'll
It's a
take it." So
compliment.
then it became like my username for years. And
Right.
then once I got into high school, I started playing football. My sophomore year, got really in shape. And then my coach, Coach Marinello, had told me, "Hey, you
Shout
got
out to
real."
Coach Marinello.
Yep, he said, "Hey, you got real chiseled over the summer." I'm like, "Oh, chiseled. Adonis."
I
Put
love
the two
that.
together. And it's still, till this day, it's my
Makes sense.
username for my student loans that I refuse to pay. Yeah.
By the way, I know your password to all your stuff now.
Oh yeah, essentially. Hey, give it a shot. The only thing it's attached to now is my student loan. So feel free to take it.
So you just one at the end.
So, so your favorite sport growing up was what? Was it football, or was there other sports you like playing, like basketball and stuff like that?
Football by far, and
Uh-huh.
then basketball would be secondary. That's there.
Do you
That's
bet? Do you bet at all on any sports
Oh,
right
all
now?
the time. Like football, got to.
My guy right here.
football all day, every day.
What
I'm
do you
betting on
like?
football.
What's your favorite thing to bet on?
Oof. Okay, so my favorite thing to bet on, it would probably have to be, good Lord, football by far,
Right.
for one. And then if it was an individual position, I feel very comfortable with like quarterback interceptions. I feel comfortable with that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
The over under like a half an
Right,
interception.
like
yeah,
over
yeah,
under
yeah.
on a half interception, because there comes a time in which, depending on what team is playing who,
Right.
you know if there's going to be a high propensity for them to pass. Now, granted, there's moments in which you could get caught off guard. That happens all the time. Like you don't expect to see like Lamar Jackson throw the football like 40 times. That's
would
not
like to
that's
say
not
Aaron
supposed
Rodgers
to happen,
to Garrett
right?
Wilson, that was-
right. Like that. Who expects to see all that? But more
Right.
often than not, I'll go with an under on an interception. Much more often, depending on how the game is going to play out. But it's usually quarterback interceptions or sometimes tight end catches, depending.
Right.
But if it's around like National Tight Ends Day, over on everything.
What's the worst sports bet you've ever had? Like where you're like, well, I fucked myself and now I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
Oh my God, baseball. Yeah, I was betting on
baseball's
baseball. I don't
terrible,
bet.
I would never
dude.
bet on baseball.
about
It's too
baseball.
hard.
I've talked to so many people in the space, and baseball is the most unpredictable sport to bet on.
Well, it's also like fucking all year. It's 162
Right,
games.
I know,
like,
but
I'll
you just
see-
never know.
I don't want to.
Right, 'cause
I
they
want to
have,
enjoy
like-
my summer.
Like there's total bases will be like a bet for some, and I saw like 4.5 total. I'm like, there's no way you're getting on the base. This guy got on base 8 times.
Yeah.
I had no clue who this guy's name was. I googled him. He's like, this guy's like 39.
Right.
How are you getting on base?
Yeah.
How?
It's absolutely
ridiculous.
insane. I've had a friend at the bottom of the ninth. The team was down by
Oh,
3.
God.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Guy hits a grand slam to beat them.
Stop.
You
Oh my
can't even.
God.
He's like, dude, what the fuck?
Welcome to the World Series. That's
exactly.
ridiculous.
Exactly.
You've got to be almost
Exactly.
like Billy Bean
Yeah,
to figure
just-
out, baseball betting.
It's
Right.
terrible.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, so give me a little more back, like context in terms of like, so you did stand up comedy too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you did stand up comedy. We were just talking about before you guys got here. Your worst bomb. Your worst bomb. What was it?
Oh, my
In front of
God.
who? How many people? And was that the day you quit?
I haven't even heard that from you,
Oh
Brady.
my Lord.
Go see my shows.
Yeah, worst bomb, Brooklyn, New York, hometown, out there in front of, I believe it was about, I want to say 120.
Yeah.
Maybe about like 120 folks. I'm inside like a smaller auditorium area, did a 15-minute set. Nothing hit. Nothing hit.
Nothing.
All day. It felt like I had the wrong audience, despite the fact that I thought the demographic was going to work. It was terrible.
Right.
Like you talk about slow death. Like if you were to, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's what it felt like.
I want to ask you, what's a worse feeling? Bombing or losing a really big bet? What do you think's the worst? Like, there's
That's a
two
good
different
question.
feelings.
I'm not gonna
but-
lie. I'd have to say bombing, because you almost
Really?
never go
Wow.
in assuming that you're gonna go and bomb. Like
Yeah.
once you put money down on a bet, you have to open it up to possibly losing.
Very true.
But when you get
Very
on stage,
true.
like
that's a smart game.
Right, 'cause-
people that bet don't understand that.
Right.
At least novices. but-
because don't just like you don't want to put money down that you're not willing to lose.
Correct.
Like, it's a gamble one way or another. Don't put your life savings on. Hey, I don't think that.
Oh, I've
Lamar
done that
Jackson-
before, but
Right, it's a bad situation.
I'm still thriving.
and look at you now.
The Dolphins game. The Dolphins game. We went and saw them. We were at Blondie's. You had a lot on
The
that.
Bills and the
Oh, the
under.
Bills,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a whole.
And
The Bills and the Yankees.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so your videos of recent have gone ultra viral, right? Ultra viral. And I have 2 videos that I picked out that I thought were really funny of yours. Ray, I think you'd like this because this is right up your alley. This is MMA. Ray, you know Michael Venna Page.
I love his
Of course,
walkout.
of course I know.
He's got the
Okay,
funny.
Ray.
Of course I know.
Ray.
I know MVP.
Listen to my boy Chiseled Adonis' commentary. By the way, your comedy is hilarious.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You may be funnier than Brady. I don't know.
Or the octagon. But I don't
This
think
is him.
there is a single person who is more of a showboat during fights than Michael Venom Page.
He's a showman.
Now, as it pertains to celebrating after fights, you've earned that right if you are victorious. When you knock out your opponent within the first 10 seconds as if they were a cockroach or mosquito, you've earned the right to dust off your glove. But when you're not even looking at your
that's
opponent and dodging
hilarious.
his punches, then start breakdancing as if you pressed the taunt button on your controller. That's where I draw the
He's
line.
emoting.
This kind of
He is.
behavior never ends well. You've got to have some kind of humility.
Methinks not.
Is he still
Guess
fighting?
not.
Yeah, he's still
MVP
fighting.
stepped into the octagon, disrespected this man, his training, and his entire existence.
So he's a showman.
And still proceeded to walk out the winner. Just look at him styling on him. But this brand of cockiness can't
Ray.
continue.
You got knocked up.
All right, so listen. So this is what you do. Do you script this out, or you just go off the rip?
Oh, off
Because
the rip.
You go off the rip?
Yeah. I can't.
Damn,
I
dude,
can't.
I
script
can't do
this
that.
if I wanted to. Like I legit. What I do is like I'll get the clips. I'll play it in real time,
Right.
and then I'll just go. Whatever comes off the top of the head, and then from that point, I'm just recording it and just making sure everything lines up well to get rid of the breaths, of course, in the middle of the recording. But I just no script, just go.
Do you so when you go on like the live stream and stuff like that, you do this on the live stream too?
With the sound effects, no, because
Right.
it would just be a bit too difficult to get all of that. But then during the live stream, I'm like calling the fights as it's going,
Right.
or calling the game as it's going, and I'm
That's
just
a
like
great-
live reacting in real time.
I love that. And how's the reaction from people on that? Do you like the social interaction in terms of like it's the quick reaction that you get from people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of like just doing a video and then getting like comments. Do you like that better? Is the Twitch stuff?
Yeah. I think it's actually because coming from a stand-up background,
Right.
When you get like the audience feedback of them like laughing, or you could get stuff like that. So with the live interaction with the comments, you're in a situation where you're pretty much getting that same feedback, but now it's just in a written form.
Right.
So that way you can play off of them. Like with crowd work, somebody can be wearing something,
Totally.
or maybe they look a certain way.
Yeah.
You can easily leverage that play it into a joke that you already pre-planned,
Right.
or you go off on a tangent.
I had that where I had a girl in the audience and I go, did I tell you this? I told you this, right? Where I go, you're a helicopter pilot. I don't know where it came from, but it's because she had a tight ponytail.
And she
then
was?
She was. She showed me her license and everything. And then I said to her friend, she goes, what's my friend? And I go, you're...
An idiot.
I go, chick I want to fuck. No, I go, you're a horse trainer. Got it. Wow. I was like, dude, holy shit. And then I was
You can mind read, Brady.
Back to back is crazy.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
But I mean, like stuff like that. I mean, there's a gift, and you have an absolute gift for what you do. I want to show another one, Ray, for you boys, what he does. Orlando Brown. Do you know what Orlando Brown is?
The lineman, yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's heavy in the
No.
sports bet.
No, not the
If you're betting on linemen, I think you
Yeah,
got to have a different conversation.
Then you know
He,
that
wait, he's definitely a
you're betting on
lineman.
the
I'm pulling
offensive
it-
No, he is a
There's a
lineman. He
problem.
definitely is a lineman. Yeah, I think he's in
how many
Cincinnati.
pancakes
Yeah.
is he gonna
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
By the way, what gets your marbles hot betting? Him, lineman.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. So, Ray, Orlando Brown came in.
Yeah, he's on the Bengals. That's a real guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't making shit
All
up.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Where's the...
Who is this Orlando Brown, though?
hold on.
Oh, you're back in That's So Raven.
You're so NFL.
That's so Raven. Yeah.
I don't know what
What's
this
Orlando
Here we
Brown,
go. NFL.
Disney.
So, Ray, watch this. He comes in, and I like the way you break this down, too. Hold on.
On an interview, I believe it had to be
I like the
something with Funny
aesthetics in the
Marco
back.
as
All right,
he's here,
thank
right
you,
there
thank you.
in the middle, the host wearing a sleeveless, shirt. Furthermore, you have Ray J to Funny Marco's left, our
What happened to
right,
Ray J?
wearing the Canadian tuxedo,
he's
full
just
jean
around
jacket.
now.
and
Yeah, he's just around.
Orlando Brown pulls up in a tuxedo, white vest.
Watch
and
this. Dude, I was watching this
unprovoked
video, and I was like,
asked
this
who you
shit's
can
hilarious,
compare
dude.
his goddamn career to. Man says Michael Jackson, and for no reason, he begins to deep throat the damn boom mic.
If you compare your career to somebody, who would it be?
Michael Jackson. That's me? Never. You're a liar.
Fire in the comment section saying he let his intrusive thoughts win.
Why?
Intrusive thoughts generate in your brain to where you see a boom microphone and say to yourself,
Why did he do
you know
that?
what? What if I tried to deep throat that shit so it can make contact with my Adam's apple and maybe touch my larynx? What part of the game is this? To make matters worse, he went back for seconds and thirds.
Fucking lying ass nigga.
No, I never.
break?
I gotta take a piss.
He's still up there.
Oh
That's
my
what was so funny.
He's still lingering.
He just He went up there, came down,
And then went
back up again. And then in the midst of the cut to Ray J, when they went back to the wide shot, he's still up there. And it's one of those things where you look at it like, why?
Yeah. By the way, hearing your voice, all I can hear is why, brother.
Yeah, why?
Why?
You know what it
brother?
reminds me of something where it's just nonstop, and I feel like you should do a reaction. This was a while ago. Do you remember when the Pittsburgh Steelers, I forgot who it was, they intercepted the ball and then they got called for excessive celebration?
Oh, William Gay. William Gay kept going.
They kept cutting the camera over and back to him, and every time they cut the camera, they were like,
he was dancing.
He was still dancing. And they're like, they threw the flag and they were like, excessive celebration. They cut to him again. He's on his knees going, he's celebrating.
He's still celebrating.
You should think about doing that
celebration
ever.
I've ever seen. Because he scored, like, I think it was like the fifth pick six of his career
Please do.
in Cincinnati.
Please
and this
do a
guy
reaction
was just going crazy.
Please do a reaction
That's
to
great.
that. That'd be
Hilarious.
Who do you think, all right, boys, collectively, who had the best touchdown celebration?
When? Last week?
No, just
When?
I told you, he comes in and out.
Right.
He's like our dial-up.
When yesterday?
No, and all together. Who had the best all-time touchdown celebration?
What was the TO one with the popcorn?
Yeah, I was thinking about
That's
that.
pretty
Tio
great.
with the popcorn, Joe Horn with the signature that was there.
Yeah,
Randy
that-
Moss with the moon.
Right.
That was a good
man.
one as well. Probably, I think maybe Chad Johnson. Maybe Chad Johnson with the
I
river
was gonna
dance.
say-
The goal post was
Yeah,
good.
he had the river dance.
Because I pull it up because the St. Brett
river
West
dance.
Why do you have
the-
to show
on the
this
head,
again?
that
yeah.
one's
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What is that? Do you know what that is?
It started this Saturday. There was a guy in college football.
Oh, that's
who
why he did
scored,
it.
and he did it, and it went viral. And immediately,
Everyone,
Amon St.
Drake
Brown,
London.
and also Drake London did it. But I think he might have pulled a hamstring because they started.
Oh,
They started
yeah, he
massaging
went
his
out,
leg
yeah.
the very next. He was on the sideline looking stressed, and they're like massaging his leg. I'm
Not
like,
good.
what's going on over here? Like, again, the Deshaun Watson treatment on the sideline. But apparently, he might have pulled some. I don't know what's
He hurt
going
his
on.
shoulder, didn't he? Right?
Oh, yeah, it was something. I don't know, but they were down there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, for sure. Ray, what's your celebration touchdown? You got one?
Oh,
You know what mine would be? I would just be me just cooking eggs. I'm just cooking eggs for the fam.
Well, how would they know it's eggs?
how do they know it's eggs? How do they
Well,
know
if I'm
it's
doing
How do they know it's eggs?
I have to go like this.
People, gotta be eggs.
You might run out of time. They're gonna throw a flag. They're gonna throw a flag.
They're gonna pull a flag, yeah.
By the time you get ready for the flip, they're like, he's still
Hold on.
celebrating.
I'm not done yet because then I gotta get bacon too.
Yeah.
You gotta have eggs and bacon, maybe a little OJ.
But you gotta wait for the
Okay.
stove to heat up, so you gotta.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, just like this.
Could you imagine they're kicking the football off? You're still in the end zone doing the celebration.
Yeah.
Coach is flipping.
Yeah,
Get on the
dude.
sidelines.
Oh, Lord.
Speaking
It's like,
of
heat up.
speaking of embarrassing, my Chicago Bears. And I'm not just talking about it because I love the Chicago Bears. Because Sweiss gets mad at me because I talk about the Bears.
I'm
so
a
much.
Green Bay fan, so.
Listen to me right now. I know
hope so.
because we're gonna get into you and Swiss's picks after this. Did you see what my Chicago Bears did? How doomed are they? Is Caleb Williams toast? Is Jaden Daniels the real deal? And does Eberflus get fired?
Okay, so I'll go work backwards. Eberflus getting fired for sure.
He has
like
to.
even
He's happy
if
about
this
that.
season were
I'm
to
happy about
conclude and the
Fuck
Bears
him.
make it into the postseason, I still think
He's got
Eberflus
to.
is going to be gone.
They
He's
won't
gonna
win a
get fired.
playoff game anyways.
Right.
Because also, and hold on, I'll get back to he's 0-18 on Sunday games. He has never won.
On the road.
Oh, that's right.
He's never won a Sunday.
Right.
He's never won a Sunday football game.
Yeah, 'cause-
on the road.
Yeah, on the road. The last one was like that game-winning touchdown
Right.
on the 2-point conversion. That's right. Wow, that's funny. Yeah, that's brutal, man. You
Brutal.
guys are in
He's a bad
purgatory.
coach.
Jaden Daniels, the real deal.
Real deal.
Caleb Williams, I don't think he's cooked. I actually really like him. I think
I
as
do
he's
too.
going to continue to progress and move forward. And lastly, what was the first one? It was with Chicago. What was the
Eberflus
first-
gets fired.
Yep.
It's Caleb Williams the real deal. And then the Bears make the playoffs.
Oh, do the Bears make the playoffs? I initially believe that you guys will. I think the entire
Really?
NFC North is going to make it.
Even
I
though
think
they're
the
all
entire-
banged up, Stevenson's an idiot.
Whoa,
No,
we got
Stevenson's
Philly and
Yeah.
Washington.
No, Washington will win that division if Philly, because Philly,
Philly
has
will
a
make the
propensity to go
playoffs.
and collapse. Philly has a propensity to
That's
collapse. 'Cause
true.
Last year they completely collapsed,
But
and
they-
I think they're relying on high end talent right now.
But I
Like,
mean, they
really.
just picked up Lamar from the Saints.
I mean,
Yeah, they got
the
the
NFC West, though,
Lattimore and everything
too, with the
Lattimore.
Niners and the
No,
Rams.
but no, with them it's I think only the divisional winner will get in because the NFC West, for whatever reason, you'll always have one team that qualifies, and everybody else is like hovering around just above 500.
So you're saying the
Yeah.
Niners or the Rams, one of those isn't
Yeah,
going to
one of
make
those
it.
guys is not gonna
Wow.
make it.
All right.
And truly, although the Cardinals are leading in the division right now, I don't think that's going to last.
Right.
I think
No.
if the Niners can be healthy moving forward, it's their division to lose. But the Rams are surprising everybody because they're supposed to be tanking.
Their
the last 2
defense
years.
has been a lot.
They
You're not
refuse to
wrong.
give it out.
You're not wrong.
They
It's not
refuse to say, hey, screw it, because McVay and Stafford are like, oh, no, we're here to win. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Aaron Donald retired. Who cares? Let's go win some games.
It's so crazy, though.
They don't want to quit.
No.
So I think the Bears can make things interesting down the line. I think they'll
Their
definitely
schedule
be
gets
over.
a lot. They've had some cupcakes. They got to play
Yeah.
the whole division. They haven't played
Right.
any division
Right.
games
Oh,
yet.
they haven't played any.
Yeah, their
Right.
schedule. If
Okay.
you pull up their
Yeah, so it's
schedule,
like
it's
Pittsburgh.
a
Oh, Jesus.
disaster.
Well, the reason why
They're gonna go 8-9 is my
think
guess.
for
8-9?
sure.
Yeah,
The reason why I ask you all these is
and they might
because
lose to the Patriots.
You
this week.
guys, as a Steelers fan,
Yeah.
Steelers fan. I mean, you have Wilson and you have Fields.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that? Why we have you here? Because we're just like we debate on it all the time. But where do you stand? Do you like either of these guys, or do you not care and just hope we get a better draft pick next year?
I like them both.
Yeah.
And I thought the thought process would always be start Wilson. If in the event it's struggling there, then you bring in Fields. Once Wilson got hurt
Yeah.
and couldn't start, and you begin the season with Fields, and he did all right, but you knew the passing element wasn't there. Like, there were some passes that he had were amazing, but it got called back because Broderick Jones always holding, doesn't know how to block,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But Wilson has arguably one of the greatest deep ball passers in the
mean, that
history
was-
of the
that
game.
was displayed with the
and
Jets, with
Right, and he was
Pickens.
just
Him and Pickens,
throwing
bro.
it down
Don't
the
remind
field,
me,
bro.
please.
Oh, don't remind any of them.
we
was
lost so much
sensational.
money. He and I lost so much money on that. I mean, but
So stupid.
he's more right than he is wrong. But that pick really fucked us all.
Oh, you guys thought that like the Pickens on the under?
No,
No.
we
situation, or-
picked the Jets.
Oh, you picked
Money
Jets.
line.
Oh,
Money line.
jeez, yeah, that's a tough one.
They're
Because I
banned.
think that was his first start.
Yeah,
that was his first
he looked
start.
great.
I mean,
We
they were up
watching it.
15 to whatever,
Right,
6.
because it was like 15 to
It was
6.
it was
and
the interception from Garrett Wilson
Yeah,
and then the
bounced
deep
off his
ball
shoulder.
that he threw to Pickens that was just unreal.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
second
and the
half
game
offense.
started very rough for Russell too because they were booing him
Yeah.
after the first couple of series. And
Yeah,
then,
we thought after the first quarter like they're going to throw in Fields, and then
Yeah.
I felt worse because he's maybe not the best passer, but he could run out of the pocket and cause some problems with the Jets, but
Right.
he's just picked it up
I
out
mean,
of nowhere.
do you even think Justin Fields is a starting quarterback in the league?
I think so because I don't think
Really?
I think Fields.
I mean, you
is a
guys got him
starting
for like a
quarterback.
6th round pick.
Yeah, we got him for next to nothing. And the way I see it playing out is maybe not so much regardless of what the result of this season is,
Yeah.
then, Russell will go elsewhere. I just think anything short of a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's going to go elsewhere because somebody's going to throw a ton of money at him.
Really? You
Fields,
think
I
Russell
think so.
Wilson?
I think if he performs well enough to get Pittsburgh like into the postseason, there's going to be a bottom feeding team that needs a quarterback that's like, hey, we'll pay you, the final contract of your career, and that'll be it. I don't think he'll be amongst top paid quarterback in the league, but I think they'll offer a substantial contract to where you're willing to take that versus going to Pittsburgh and probably making
I think he's
$5 to maybe
garbage.
$10 million a
hates
year.
him.
I just don't think something like that is going to happen. But Fields, I think Fields would probably remain in Pittsburgh and grow and be groomed there because although he hasn't really performed at a very high level throughout his career,
Right.
I think he also got to take into account coaching and system as well because it's been 3 different years. You're playing in a different system every single year. And then
He's
now going to
basically
Pittsburgh, something
followed the
else.
same path as Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, yeah.
But I think
Where'd he
he's
come from?
he has a better dynamic than Trubisky. I can't stand Trubisky. It's just ridiculous.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
I know him.
Oh, yeah?
He's a nice guy. But yes,
God.
great guy, but
Mitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mitch, good guy. Really good guy.
he's watching the show.
We'll get back to football in a second, but he's having so much fun. See, I told you.
Every week.
I know.
life.
By the
You guys are rolling around
by the
on
way,
the
this
floor
isn't,
here.
It's nothing new.
this isn't something that we haven't seen before, Sweiss. You take this guy to a water park, he's like, what?
It's a slip and slide.
Water goes down a slide?
You on a roller coaster would be funny.
Oh, for sure.
I don't like roller
I would be because on the way up.
Yeah.
What happens if the glasses fall off? Then what?
Yeah.
Oh, the glasses would never be on at that point.
Then it just
That's
turns into a P Diddy party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
your
It'd be flurry.
favorite. Brady really wants to go to a PDD
Hey, go
party.
get the oil.
I would.
Go get the oil.
I would.
Go get the oil.
All right. It's funny. Good segue. Good segue. Do you think LeBron's in hot water going forward now that there's a new president, now that allegations have come out? that a lot of celebrities endorse this chick, and I'm not going to get you in hot water, so you can say whatever you want to say or say whatever you don't want to say. LeBron put out a tweet today, and I'll show it to you.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he put out a tweet today.
I haven't
that
even seen this.
said,
I
we
haven't
don't.
seen
Said,
any of this.
you haven't seen. He says we don't need your help. We've got it from here, baby girl, or something like that. And he's got his daughter, meaning like Trump's going to come for all like the abortion stuff and all
okay.
that shit,
Okay.
right? I'll show you the tweet from our guy, LeBron James. So, do you think LeBron James is in hot water? Do you think he's going to be on this list? Of other people, because the list is going to come out of P. Diddy and this other list that we all know of that I can't really say.
No way LeBron's on the P. Diddy list.
100%.
Yeah. No,
About the what?
He's probably attended a couple of parties, but I don't know if he partook in those activities.
Yeah,
I'd like to believe that
he's
been
to the parties for sure.
Oh yeah, for 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
that's
it's
not
just a
without
matter of
question.
did he listen to Denzel or did he not? Did he leave before the devil arrived, or was he there, dancing in the depths of?
Hold on, LeBron James.
Oh, you might have to just go to his Twitter profile and then
Let's see.
pull it up from there.
Do you think does that add value as a player, or does that hurt them? Just stay off social media, because now everyone has a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's looking for those clicks. Paul George has got a successful one.
Yep.
The boys at Up and Smoke have a great one. What's your take on that? Do you think these guys should keep sports in sports, or do you think now it's just one big soap opera that it's game on?
It's I have a bit of ambivalence to it, where I'd say, okay, you can have outside of sports and have your opinion on different sort of things, but it can't be in a situation to where it's a very polarizing kind of alienation of a portion of the audience.
Right.
I think in his case, where it's like, okay, all right, if in the event, you're holding your baby girl, like, you got nothing to worry about. You're almost saying, all right, everybody else who votes this direction, well, you're no fan of mine. It's like when Jordan said, hey, Republicans buy shoes too. So you're in a situation where it's like, all right, you're completely anti a whole other side off of just one particular issue.
Yep.
So I think that's where problems, awry there. Now, I would say, you can still have your opinion on things because you're so much more than just an athlete. But I think when you get into like the fear mongering stuff, that's kind of where it gets a little
for sure. What do you say, Ray?
No, I agree. I feel like there's a certain level of using the platform you have, but also not crossing a line and a boundary in terms of keeping it in your profession.
Right.
You could lean off and help towards certain aspects and beliefs, but I wouldn't gear towards making a full run or a campaign towards something other than your profession.
Right.
But like, Ray, let me ask you, in terms of UFC, those guys tweet, like Strickland tweets out crazy shit all the time.
Well, that's based on I'm sure you could dive into this a little bit too, Adonis, but that's how the UFC was built. Dana White gave them free speech. Let them do. That's how they create their character.
Right.
So it's not just, if you look at the NFL, it's a little bit more condensed. They regulate a lot of different things. UFC gave free reign, and Dana White said, it's almost like keeping with a concealed carry. It's like everyone has a gun, but nobody talks about it because everyone, you know what I mean? So he gave them free speech where, if you want to say it, and you have a few that do and some don't, and some, don't talk about it. But that's what creates their brand and personality, because they are they're an entertainer at the end of the day.
Right, and so, the piggyback off of that too was in the UFC, you can have a take on essentially anything. And they'll give you the free reign to do so.
Completely.
In the NBA, NFL, you can say something that can essentially get you canceled to where now you have to come and apologize behind your opinion. So you can have a stance, but you can't stand on it unless the sponsors of the league support that particular stance. So you're almost forced to publicly have an image that's leaning on one side
and be silenced for it.
And you'll be silenced if you happen to be on the other, versus somewhere like the UFC where
Dana White made it very clear.
Hey, Dana White can have somebody who can come out publicly, say something that he doesn't agree with, but at least it's a situation like, hey, that's your opinion. You can have your opinion. Cool. And this won't cost us any money. It won't cost you any money from me.
It was
but in the NBA, NFL, you might get fined from the commissioner.
Let's put it this way. There was a prime example that was huge that they tried to blow this up, where it was Israel Adesanya walked into the ring with Drakus, and he kept calling him, the N-word, and he kept saying it, and they asked him, they go, Dana, at the press conference, he goes, what do you feel about that being used, that language? He goes, so what? He's black. He goes, he can say whatever he wants. And he goes, just completely dismissed it. And he goes, next question. And just like, in other words, let's not make a bigger deal out of what it is. He could say what he wants. That's who he is, and that's when he feels free.
Right.
Let's move it on. He could have made a huge deal out of it and caused a bunch of publicity, which would cause a massive backlash with media, and they would have dove right all the negativity. But he's created such a free speech organization where you don't see actually all that hate or animosity coming from, regardless of political views or what it may be, because he's created such a free organization for everyone to feel comfortable in, and that's why it's so successful, and it's completely different from other organizations.
Yeah.
So I love because you could speak what you feel, but realistically, because he gave that free speech, most people don't. But you also have psychopaths like Sean Strickland, who's just an absolute maniac and who will say whatever he wants. But you get one out of the
his
rough.
mind is out.
Hey, that's who created him.
So you guys' stance is you think it's good.
I think it's good if it's good for him, it should be good for everybody.
Right. Correct.
So it should be a situation where, okay, if this is your take, cool. But if somebody else within the same organization or maybe within the same, infrastructure of the league and the association has the opposite side.
Right.
So the same way that he could be like, hey, for his daughter, oh, well, we got you because ultimately you endorsed Kamala, she lost.
Right.
If you have an NBA guy who's big, or like what Nick Bosa in the NFL,
That's
who
where I was
went
getting-
and,
yeah.
endorsed,
saw that
Trump.
picture?
If he comes out, he's like, oh man, America's back. This is great. You can't come out like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? So if it's cool for you to do it, it's got to be cool for the other side to do it. If we're going to let you be polarizing on this side, you got to allow it to be polarizing on this side. If not, then both should not be speaking.
Completely.
So that's the way that I look at it. Just can't be hypocritical about it and be like, oh no, I get to sit on high moral ground because my thought process is the correct one.
And
But who
Dana
gets to
White
die?
even said that. He said, he goes, I don't care who you voted for. It doesn't matter in terms of politics as long as, just level-headed, minded people where just come to one. He goes, I agree with people who are, have common sense. He goes, you can vote for whoever the hell you want. That's free speech.
Right.
So if you just nailed it perfectly. If it could go one way, it should go the other, which
All right.
creates, a relationship.
I wanted to get your guys' take. I know we've talked about it, Ray, and we've talked about it as well, I think. Oh, actually, I don't know if we talked about it. In a week from now, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to fight.
I don't know.
Ray hates it. I think Ray hates it. Oh, okay.
It just ruins. I know you're about to. It just ruins Mike's legacy. I don't want to see Mike fucking fight, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
totally.
I mean, the guy's such a legend in the sport
Yeah.
and just such an animal. And now we're gonna just watch him get KO'd by Jake Paul.
You really
I hate,
think so?
100%.
Come on, it's
100%.
so.
Oh, you think he's going to get knocked out too?
He's 60.
I don't. He's 58. He's a senior citizen at this point.
I
Like,
mean, but Evander Holyfield
There comes a
fought
point-
one.
No, but the difference with Evander kept fighting, and
Yeah.
then when he ultimately retired, then came back. But he's not fighting. Who did Evander Holyfield
It was
fight?
Vitor Belfort who knocked him out, which was like a couple years ago.
Like and with,
Same age as Mike
with
right now.
Mike, but with Mike, he retired in 2005. Never fought again until he came out to fight against Roy Jones.
Right.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Which
some
was
years
a
ago.
exhibition.
And it
It
was
wasn't
an
a
exhibition
fight.
where he was throwing some bombs at Roy Jones. Where it's like, oh wow, that's still Mike Tyson. He's in his 50s. He's in his late.
How
he
old
had
is Jake
anger.
Paul? Like 20?
28?
28.
So he's double his age.
Like
man.
he's
But he's like in the
double his
prime
age.
of it,
Right, and in the prime of his
strength,
life and everything.
speed.
And although we can all be like, oh man, but hey, that's Mike Tyson. The
It's not that-
mystique of
it's
Mike
not.
Tyson was Tyson in the 80s and the 90s. Like
Be real coming out.
Bush,
bro.
Bush Senior was president when him and Reagan, they're both dead.
They were in the audience.
They're both dead when Tyson was in his
Look
prime.
at him training though. Look at this.
I mean, look at this though.
Look at this. He
Yeah,
looks
this
good.
is when he was training to take on Roy Jones. Like everybody looks good when they're training.
Yeah,
But
of course.
Tason's like he's old.
How does it, but we don't watch him getting hit. That's a whole other ball
right.
game.
That's just him. Everybody looks good in training.
But look what happened with, remember, Vander Holyfield when he got
Yep.
hit by Vitor Belfort immediately on his,
out?
he just completely chicken
Like
danced.
it's one of those situations where, despite that, we all love Mike, and we would love to see him go out there and perform.
Yeah.
he's
I know.
not that guy.
Yeah, it's almost
from
like- it's almost
30
like if-
years ago.
It's almost like if
sad.
Jordan. It's almost like if Jordan
Came
started
back,
the Big
yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Or like started playing with the Big Three. Like yo, no.
Right, it wouldn't work.
Although
It's
I'd
oh my
still
God,
watch
he's
the
out
shit
there.
out of it.
Oh, of course. Like he'll
I'll
sell
watch
tickets.
it.
Like
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
put
yeah.
butts in seats. But
Yeah.
I'm not about to watch a 60-year-old like if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rolls out there. Look at this sky hook. Wow, he hit a shot.
Just
It's
tears his
3 minutes
ACL
left. You're
immediately.
down by 60.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see
It's like that commercial commercial the NFL's been doing with like Jerry Rice and Emmett Smith.
They use those
yeah.
memes all the time. You got let's go, Emmett Smith.
Yeah, Emmett Smith.
Dan
Marino.
Oh my God,
Jerry
Randy
Rice.
That's
Moss.
like Mike Tyson right now. That's
What
what it
is
is.
too old to do a commercial? Because I see these guys and I'm like, stop.
Bro, it's
Stop.
That
These
was a
State
fun-
Farm commercials?
that
I'm
was
like,
a
fucking
funny-
no more, dude.
Well, State Farms they got to stop, but at least that one was funny with the Emmett Smith.
They're
and,
so
Dan
they're
Marino.
so old, and you can see the grades on the face. Funny enough, Jerry still looks good, but there's no
doesn't
way he's
age.
going out
No.
there. Yeah, because they had to force him out of the league. It
they-
was so funny. They had to legitimately force him.
They
Like,
really
hey,
did.
Sit down.
Yeah,
old man.
like when he went to play for the Raiders, he's like, we good? They're like, nah.
Yeah, he was still playing.
Weird.
No, because he went to Seattle, then he tried to make it into Denver. They're like, all right, you're 43. It's
Yeah,
over.
it's time to
like-
go.
We're
it's
good,
time to go.
Jerry.
Right.
All right, so what's your guys' prediction for the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight? Then we'll move on to Sweiss' NFL picks.
I don't even want to say it.
You know, you don't even give it a shot, right?
It's gonna
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
Jake wins.
stoppage. Yeah.
Jake wins. It's gonna
What?
definitely be a stoppage. Jake
You
wins.
really think
Definitely
so?
a stoppage.
Jake
100%.
wins.
Well, now we're definitely all going to watch this fight.
Well, yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
want-
we were all gonna do it anyway, but it's just
Right.
gonna be. I'm gonna be mad watching
Yeah,
it.
I would be shocked if Tyson wins. Like, legitimately, the only way that Tyson
I
would
hate
ever
this.
win is you have to, within the
Bite his
first
ear
2
off.
rounds, that's the only way.
Jake Paul.
Bite
if
his
it
ear off,
passes,
He would have to slip on a banana peel.
Like,
or break his leg.
legitimately,
I don't know.
that's the only way, because he's a senior citizen. There's no way.
it's night
like,
and day.
the shorter the fight is, I think that's the only way it could favor Tyson. The moment that it gets into round 2, I think midway through round 2, 4.5 minutes in, it's over for Tyson. You don't knock him out
Whatever
then,
the
it's over.
the under is in the fight, it could be
Yeah.
under 6 rounds. I would probably
Right.
bet that realistically, and I hate to say it because we're all, I assume from this collective talk, we're all Mike Tyson fans. So
Yeah.
Die hard.
Who is
I
it?
mean,
So
yeah, I do.
it's very sad to see. I don't want to see Jake Paul, and that honestly makes everyone hate him even more.
Right.
But that helps with in terms
Yeah,
of
it works with the
publicity and
mystique.
marketing. So I
Right,
mean, he
right.
knows what the hell he's doing, man.
Is
And
this
he's
going to
making
be the
money.
number 1 watched fight of the year?
Oh, without question.
Yeah,
I think without
probably.
question.
Right now? Yeah.
My question to you guys.
Kind of sad for Dan White.
Yeah, it's
For
gonna
sure.
beat John Jones and
Stipe.
Stipe. Yeah, it's gonna beat him.
And it's going to be out of just pure anger.
Right,
It's going to
right.
be, everyone watching's going to be pissed.
All right, Adonis, question to you. Actually, question to all you boys. Who's the more annoying twins, the Pauls or the Kelseys?
Oh, good lord!
I know your answer, Brady.
Oh, good God!
That's a tough. That's,
Yeah, I'd have to
Yeah,
say. I'd say that.
close.
Yeah, I'd say the Pauls, the Kelseys are catching up.
Bro,
The
I'm so
Kelseys are
tired of
catching
Jason
up.
Kelsey. Dude, no more, dude. Also, one, you're not great to look at. Okay? You're just
also,
not.
you're fat.
You're out of shape.
He's a center in the NFL.
Don't care.
Not anymore. He
But
could lose.
no, give
Put a hand on
him about 18 months. He's going to drop that weight. Usually, you see the lineman drop that
But
weight.
like they're all over him. Like he's dancing, but, like, and then he's smashing that
Yeah,
guy's
smashing people's
phone.
phones.
Look at Travis is acting accordingly. He's like, I got football to worry about, and then I got Taylor to worry about, and then the Illuminati. So like, here's the thing,
Yeah.
like, who's more annoying? The Paul brothers, and I'm gonna get to some on this on the Paul brothers because who do you think is more? Which one can you watch the most? Like, which one you're like?
Oh, I could probably watch Jake more than I could watch Logan.
Yeah.
I think Logan
You
is
nailed
like it gets to a point where he's not an industry plant, but then he kind of moves like one.
Right.
So then it would look like going to the WWE, then having Prime and having all that other stuff. Then you're boxing, and then you're not even
so
very good in that realm. But
It's
then
so strange.
like,
At
it's-
least Jake Paul's
it's very bizarre.
an asshole, and he lives up to
Right,
it.
and he
it's
lives it. Like,
and he's
Logan's an asshole,
yeah,
but then makes it
then
seem
he
like
tries
he's
to make it
not.
seem like he's a nice guy.
Right.
Exactly.
It's just like
I don't
you're-
like it.
you're a fake.
He
It's a
moves
facade.
different. Jake Paul's like, no, I know I'm an asshole, and I'm going
Right.
to continue to run that.
Right,
So,
I could at least like because
Get
you know what you're
behind
getting
that.
with Jake.
Respect.
Like with Logan, it's like, oh, how would the people like me? It's like he's looking for acceptance.
Totally. Yeah.
Jake just leans into, hey, you could take it how you want.
I don't give a shit.
You get what you get.
So the Paul brothers are the ones you could tolerate the most.
Yeah, I could tolerate the Paul
Raymond?
brothers a bit more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and honestly, it's because of Jake. I mean, Logan's like, I don't know. I find him annoying and fake, just like how Adonis said. I just don't think. I just don't think that Kelsey and I hate them all.
Yeah.
My only thing with Kelsey was I like Travis. I've never really had that big of an issue with Travis.
Yeah.
With Jason, I've always liked him, but then now that he's gone into like the limelight, I guess he never anticipated this kind of attention.
Right.
And because they're pulling him in all the different directions, he's trying to deliver in every single one, but it's taking away from what made him him.
Who he is.
So I think give it a couple of years and we'll be like, all right, we're cool. Because I think when he started doing the Monday Night Football thing, that's his realm. He's perfect there. take that
Right.
performance
And run.
and put it everywhere.
Right.
Just don't try to, all right, I'm shirtless dancing here,
Yeah.
smashing phones
Yeah.
there. Then I'm shirtless inside
And
of
then
this
you're in a
booth
Campbell's
over
chicken
here.
noodle soup
And then I'm
commercial.
out here.
Yeah.
And like you're
By the way,
too many different people.
Do you want to know how I know that you're in some weird secret society? And this is just my brain going. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm damaged when it comes to this stuff. Their moms are always in the Campbell soup commercials.
Always.
Always. That's like that's a sign right there that they signed a deal with somebody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have the whole family. They got the whole Kelsey family
All of
involved.
them.
Everyone's making money there.
Yeah.
So.
With that said, you are a WWE fan,
Oh,
right?
yeah, big
Die
time.
hard, right?
Big time.
We're getting to your football, I promise. I know you're itching. But WWE right now, do you follow much, Ray?
I used to back in the day, man. Honestly, one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day was Jeff Hardy, and just
Oh, dude.
Let's pull it up.
Great
Yeah,
guy.
Jeff
I met him
Hardy.
a few
pull
times.
it up.
that entrance is
Jeff
just
Hardy,
the most
great
unreal entrance ever, dude. Come on, man, that's the best.
Yeah, he just thrust in and everything. Yeah, it was good stuff, man.
Unreal, just
Good stuff.
The daredevil of the
Right here, right?
WWE
Yeah,
back in the
Swanton
day.
bomb.
That,
off
that
of the-
entrance
just,
alone.
oh my God, he just hit
Oh,
it.
this is an iconic entrance.
Yeah, that
Boom,
dude
right
right
here.
there, man. Oh my God, he was a lunatic, man. He was an absolute lunatic. He makes music now, which is awful.
Really?
But man, he's still an icon.
He's been in the game for
Yeah,
so
they can't
long.
make me hate
Credit to him, man.
Him and his brother lied about their age. Like they were legitimately on WWE television at the time,
Right.
WWF,
Yeah.
in like 94.
WWF.
That,
Which is still
he was
WWF to me.
14, 15 years old getting slammed by grown men.
That's awesome.
And was claiming like, yeah, you know, I'm 18 years old. Like it's so 90s.
It is.
And
Yeah.
I love the fact that he had done that then
Right.
and then he's where he's at now. So it's like you're a certified legend.
He literally wrestled like a couple years ago. Too.
Yeah, he's still
Already?
wrestling now. He's still wrestling now with
Is
his
he
brother.
really?
Yeah, he's still wrestling
Unreal.
now. I think he just jumped off of a ladder like 3 weeks ago. And it's one of those
And he wasn't
situations-
even wrestling.
like he's just jumping off
ladder.
ladders. Like, what are you doing?
How much money would it take you guys to jump off a ladder and do that?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
from what he's done, that's absolutely insane. I mean, they've had so many injuries; it's insane. Just they've had
Ludicrous.
back surgery.
Yeah, back surgery. I think he
Matt
shifted
Hardy
a
can't
disc.
even stand.
Yeah, he can't. He
anymore.
can barely run. Like
Dude, he's
Matt
like
Hardy
this,
running.
like if you watch Matt Hardy get up, it's like the equivalent of like a 70-year-old. He has to like
Yeah,
put
it's
his hands
bad.
up and then he like shifts his body. Like it's
Oh,
so bad.
He's like the
it's
Penguin.
like every
He is like the Penguin.
to envision what the Hardys' life was like in wrestling was like if you watched Steve-O
Yeah.
and everything Steve-O did,
Yeah.
the Hardys did, but
Steve-O
5
was-
times a week, like ludicrous.
But Steve-O was on drugs.
Right, they were.
So
now
they
they were
pro-
medicated after the fact.
I was gonna say,
maybe
they
not so
probably
much
were
during
too.
the match,
That's
but
true though.
afterwards.
That's true though.
Right.
They do. Back in
Yeah.
the day, they like to throw down the booze and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the,
they were-
and the
Some of those
cocaine.
guys, like Razor Ramon, would talk about
Oh
when he was like
God.
hammered going into the ring. Like
Bro.
there was a couple botches where he almost broke a guy's
Yeah, he
neck.
got fired a few times because of it too.
'Cause he was so fucked up all the
yeah,
time?
Yeah, he was just boozed
He was
up. They
bad.
had to end up. He got fired off of like he almost died on a plane ride, like because he was just unresponsive. Just
filled with alcohol,
Right.
drugs, and steroids. And you mix
Everything.
all those
Yeah.
together, it's
oh
just
my
like
God.
those guys were
Uppers,
lunatics.
Your heart's on
counters,
overdrive.
All these
Lunatics.
different things. It was bad, man.
Yeah.
Like, the
But
drug,
honestly,
the drug scene was
that was the
wild.
most exciting time to
It
watch.
was.
though.
It was like. That's one of those things where it's like, man, drugs are bad, but they gave us
But watching
they
them,
gave us some good
but
stuff.
watching them on drugs. So maybe if the NFL,
You know what, though?
allowed steroids,
Right. It's like baseball in the steroid
Even
era.
fighting.
My God, hey, don't
Dana
do
White,
steroids.
steroids.
But man, could they
Yeah,
hit that ball?
But boy,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
good
boy, did they
Lord.
bring back that strike. I mean,
Right.
they had a strike, and then everyone was hitting bombs. Yeah, I want to watch guys juiced out of their brains.
Right,
I would love to see
It's
it. I
like
would love
it's
to
like
bring
it's
it
almost
back.
like in Gladiators where you have like the
Yeah.
bloodlust. Like, oh my God, yeah, I want to see
You
somebody
got
kill
you got
somebody.
two superhumans going in there,
Right.
You know, like I said, even Dana White, man, make a league where it's just everyone just juiced
Yeah.
out of their gills and
'Cause
fighting.
that would
That's
sell
cool.
so much tickets. The only
Totally.
downside is like you have to look at like, oh man, as human beings, this is terrible. But the entertainment song
It's
I can't wait to
fantastic.
go see this. Like, why are we watching these guys who are clean over here? I want
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
this guy who's gonna die
Die
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this, you go out like a warrior. This is what I want to see.
So who's your favorite wrestler right now? Because I know nothing about
Oh
wrestling.
my God, yeah, my favorite wrestler right now, AJ Styles.
Okay, let's pull it up.
But he's hurt at the moment.
What happened to the? Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in the
hurt
game
at
for a
the
while
moment.
though too.
Yeah, but AJ Styles.
He was at
he's a
TNT,
guy, yeah,
right?
TNA for a long time.
this guy.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
Yeah,
Scarlett
Oh my God.
dragging AJ off the cover.
Man, I gotta
Ooh,
start
yeah, that was
watching.
a
I gotta start
while
watching
ago.
this again.
Oh man. Oh, I remember that. I think does he put his hand up? I think he puts his hand up and points at. Yeah, there it is. He points at the ring.
I'm married, bitch.
You know what I wish? I wish I could bet on WWE.
There was a moment in which you could, but then you can't anymore.
I was gonna say,
But
'cause I had
everything's
I know-
fixed.
yeah, there was a
You said
moment
you
where
could
you
pull
could.
it
A lot
up,
of
but
inside
then
information there.
I told Simon today, I go, did you know you can bet on wrestling? He goes, I don't think you
Yeah.
can, dude.
You used to be able to.
Then he
I
hung
remember
up on
like
me.
last year you could, and then the
Last
year prior
year?
you could, and then I haven't been able to find anything as of
There's
late.
last year?
Yeah, like last year. I remember
You know how much
they
money
did a,
people
a
probably
partner
cashed
with a
out?
betting thing, and then like there was so I'm like this
Hey,
is a
buddy, you're
no-brainer.
losing
Like
today.
what was going on?
I got to make $100,000.
Right. But I don't know if it's still like open anymore.
To wrap this whole show up, we like to do our rapid fire picks, and this is something fun that Ray and I like to watch Simon go through because he works hard on these picks. But also, I know you're a diehard NFL fan, so I want to see you guys go to head to head. I'm gonna say like Bengals Ravens, and then you guys have to say at the same time who you got. It has to be fast.
Oh, okay.
Has to be fast.
All right.
You love the fast picks with no analysis.
one of the best.
We both got details here.
It's one of the best.
All right, ready? Here you go. You can
All
see
right.
the line. Here we go, and you have to say it right away. Bengals at Ravens, -6.5.
Bengals.
Giants versus Panthers in Munich, +5.5.
Panthers.
Ooh,
I don't hate it.
Giants.
It's overseas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Patriots at Bears, -6.
Bears.
Patriots.
Wow.
But you hate the Bears, though. So
Wow. Yeah, that's fine. Bills at Colts, +3.5.
Bills.
Bills.
Damn, son. All right, I like that. Vikings at Jaguars, +4.
Vikings.
Oh, my bad. I did it slow there.
What do you
I was
got?
looking
what-
too much at it. I'm going to go with the Jags. Get
Okay.
4.
Okay. Broncos at Jets, -8.5.
No, Broncos at Chiefs.
Or Broncos at Chiefs, I'm sorry, -8.5.
Broncos cover.
Damn, okay.
wow.
Okay, Falcons at Saints, +3.
Falcons.
Falcons.
Damn. Okay, 49ers at Buccaneers, +5.5.
49ers.
Buccaneers.
Really? Why do you say that?
They just had a
Buccaneers.
great
I think
game.
that I just the 49ers coming off of a bye week. They're
Right.
supposed to be
They're all
like
banged
healthy
up.
and everything. They're all
Oh.
banged up. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Okay, Steelers at Commanders, -3.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay.
Outright upset.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I mean, the Commanders, they're 7-2, but this Pittsburgh
And they just got an
Pittsburgh
addition.
team.
Yeah, they
Mike,
just added in Lattimore. But,
Lattimore.
yeah, Mike Tomlin is a dog though. This is a hammer spot for
Yeah,
me.
and it's coming off of a bye week. Like Pittsburgh off of a bye week is almost always like they're gonna get it.
Yeah, and you got didn't they get a new receiver? Who they got?
Yeah, they got Mike Williams from the Jets.
Yeah.
That's great. They get him for what? They get him for
Yeah,
like
like
a
fifth
Happy
round
Meal,
pick.
right?
Yeah, so they got him for nothing.
Okay, here we go. Titans at Chargers, -7.5.
Chargers.
Nice. Jets at Cardinals, -1.
Cardinals.
Jets.
Damn!
Wow. Okay.
Not doing the Jets.
Fucking Jets.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bold.
He's biased because
That's
he'll
my
never bet
upset of
against
the
the
week.
He'll never bet for the
Jets.
One time he didn't, they
More than once, I'm bet on them.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Keep moving. Eagles at Cowboys, +7.5.
I'll take the
Eagles.
home dog Cowboys 7.5.
Wow.
It's a lot of points.
Cowboys,
in the division
you think?
game.
Oof.
I think Cooper Rush will hold his own, and I don't think the quarterback position is their biggest problem. So I don't think it's going to be as big of a drop up. And 7.5 points division game at home, I like that.
Interesting.
Sirianni has a bald guy though.
Oh, yeah. Where's he at right now? Do you know?
I mean, he still has a full set of hair. Ever since he shaved his head bald, he's won every single game.
Oh, well, there it is.
By the way,
There's a conspiracy.
That's Ray's stats. That's all Ray.
So he's gonna win.
Yeah, he's gonna win. Lions at Texans,
Lions.
+3.5.
Lions.
Wow, right out the gate. Monday Night Football, November 11th. Dolphins at Rams,
Rams.
-2.5. Like it.
Rams.
And do these guys hate each other with the mouth tape?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. That's been the Mouthpiece. Makes Vegas pay. I've been Brady Matthews.
Ray Sherwood.
That's been,
Twice.
yep, they call him Sweiss. Thank you so much for doing this show. This has been Chiseled Adonis. Please tell the people how they can find you at home on all social platforms.
Yes. First and foremost, thank you so much for having
Yeah,
me on
thank
the
you for
show.
coming.
Of course. Yeah, and for those who are unfamiliar, catch you up to speed. I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual D. Chiseled Adonis. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, everywhere at Chiseled Adonis, on Twitch at the Chiseled Adonis.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you guys for watching. Also, tune in to all our shorts, all our reels. We have content all the time, every time. And also, you can find us on all platforms as well. You guys have a great night. We'll see you soon.